This is a Baby Jogger City Select, and today we're going to be going over the stroller in order to show you different areas that sometimes have problems in case you are looking to buy one of these strollers on the used market. The Baby Jogger City Select is a two-seat stroller. It can be used with one seat as well, but it's a nice inline two-seat stroller. Of the inline type two-seat strollers, it's my favorite. Okay, anyway, starting from the top, you have this handle. And this handle has 3 different positions. There are pins that pop out here as you adjust this into the various positions, and you want to check the handle functions. That can be a costly repair if it doesn't. You have the brakes on this side. Pull up the brakes in order to lock the brakes. Both wheels should lock and unlock. And in some cases, when this doesn't, it can be a matter of oil, but in other cases, it can be a matter of mechanical problems further down on the chassis, or that the wire needs to be replaced. That can be a little bit costly. So you want to check that. You want to go down the stroller and look for signs of damage in the plastic elements. You're going to start in particular with these pieces, as they have some thin plastic. There's also 2 on the front, and these are where the seats connect. So it's kind of important. Moving down on the back, you have the main brake system, and if you have trouble with the brakes, it would be in there. You want to check that you can remove the wheels and put them back in place. While you have them off, you can depress the brake lever and look at the pin on either side that it pops out about equally. With the back wheel, you want to give it a spin. Make sure that it's spinning relatively evenly around. You don't have problems inside with the foam-filled tire, because after time this can wear down and become softer, and you'll get like a lumpy spin. Moving on to the front end, you want to examine the front wheels. In this case, this is a very used stroller, and you can see that the front tires are completely shredded. But you do want to, even if it's not this bad, you want to have a little bit of a look, because you might have to replace the whole wheel if your tire is having trouble. These are foam filled again, so it's not just a matter of buying a new tire and a new inner tube. You want to check that the stroller locks in place. You do that by spinning this little mechanism here. If it doesn't, you can examine it when you take the wheel off, which is the next thing you're going to do anyway. Make sure the wheel comes off, and if the pin is not popping up, it might be a matter of oiling. This is a freshly oiled one. But if you see any damaged parts, or if the pin has been ground down over time, then you would have trouble. You have to replace this mechanism. You want to check that the axle is nice and tight. You want to also check that there is like a shock absorption effect, and this is an example of one that doesn't. See? It's just moving up and down. There should be a spring here that works a lot better at pushing this in and holding this tight. Yeah. Lastly, you want to check the folding mechanism of the stroller, that you can lift up both sides. There you go. And that the stroller will fold down. Yeah, if you're having trouble with the folding down, if it makes like a ratcheting sound, there can be problems with the gear teeth inside. Externally, you can have trouble with the handles themselves breaking. That is actually the case on this stroller, and I haven't had a chance to fix it yet. The handle is broken here. This can also be replaced. Okay, we're going to fold it back up, and we're going to look at the seats. There are 2 seats. If you have the single stroller version, you mount it here. Otherwise, you mount one here and one down below. I'm only going to go over one seat, but they are identical. So you want to make sure that the seat can click into place. Yeah, that's this mechanism here. You want to check it both ways, both this way, this way. The reason for that is that if you're having trouble clicking it and adjusting the height of the seat on one way or the other, it shows you whether there are misalignments in the larger frame of the chassis, because the seat will come in contact with the bars and it won't function as it should. With the seat on, you want to depress the handle on the back and check all of the different positions, that they're tight. And then you want to go over and check the plastic parts. There's some thin plastic parts here where the canopy attaches to the seat frame, so make sure those are not broken. Make sure that the metal ridges inside are not broken. You can kind of just feel that. You want to also check the footboard. Let's see, I'll put this up a little bit. That the footboard can lock into different positions and that you can press a bit on it and it doesn't just fall down, because there are gear teeth on the inside here and those can also get worn down. You want to check the buckles. The buckles are also thin plastic parts, and if little elements of the buckles have broken off, then it won't click into place correctly. And lastly, depending on what you're paying for the stroller and how much you want to work on washing the textiles, you do want to examine the textiles of the seats as well a little bit for holes or difficult stains or broken plastic on the window. So that's our general overview. If you're buying this Baby Jogger City Select used, different areas you should look for right off the bat before any money exchanges hands. We hope this video has been helpful. If you did find it helpful, we'd ask that you subscribe, as it helps us to continue making videos in the future.